Well, hello everybody. I'm Terry and thank you for being here. So, today I'm doing something different. I am vlogging in my car just because. Actually, what prompted me to vlog in my car was that I just wanted to do something different. So, now that the window is up, because there's so much noise and overriding sound in this parking lot, because people are coming and going, they're talking on their speakerphones, having conversations with each other at the uh, cafes here, and there are a lot of distractions. So here I am. Let's address why I'm filming at this angle, because it's just another one of those things that I feel like doing. So here we are at this angle. And, you know, side note, in Southern California, because I only know about Southern California at this point, even in um, high priced neighborhoods and areas, there's a large homeless contingent, and most of them are on drugs. And that includes here. There was this guy right now in front of a really expensive car that caught my eye, and he almost banged his fist on the hood of the car, and the owner just got out and went inside here. So yeah, nothing surprises me anymore. Anyways, so let's start this amazing vlog with a midday dessert. And my midday dessert is this amazing and wonderful anti-inflammatory chia seed pudding. So, first, Juicy Ladies. My relationship with Juicy Ladies is now funny, kind of. So, their customer service is 0, but I still love going there because I love what they have. Um, Unfortunately, they're not all vegan. They do have meat selections. I don't agree with that. I'm against it. But their vegan selections are great. They are a health-based cafe, and I love everything vegan, cruelty-free that they have. Almost $20 for this, and I'm not even going to finish it, so I'll have some for tomorrow. But I'm just saying, this is the life out here, and it's ridiculous. What else do they have that I love? And despite their 0 customer service attitude. So they have these all fruit spritzers that are so amazing. And here's the thing, I'm not a juice girl. I'm not a soda girl. I don't care for those drinks. I never have. But I love these spritzers. Well, for one, they're healthy. But 2, they're just really, really delicious. And all they are is fruit juice, organic fruit juice, and soda water. So it's just carbonated juice, but it's so delicious because they have the pulp and everything in it. Oh my God, amazing. Okay, so let's address why I'm eating an anti-inflammatory dessert. Because I am on a now completely anti-inflammatory, still vegan, all vegan diet eating plan lifestyle. So I voluntarily put myself on the anti-inflammatory diet, which is a lifetime thing, because being that I am now seeing a naturopath and on targeted supplements, which are many supplements a day. I've always taken supplements, but it's a lot of supplements. It takes dedication and compliance, which I do. Okay. So I'm very choosy about what I consume. It has to be absolutely clean, unprocessed, organic, which I've always done, but now it also has to be anti-inflammatory. So how do you know what's inflammatory and what's anti-inflammatory? The best way to do that is to get yourself a comprehensive, complete list of nightshade foods, and don't eat those. Okay, so the Persians call nightshades garmi. There's something to it, because let me tell you something. Foods that you even have allergies to lead to inflammation, and inflammation is the heart and soul of all disease. So is gut health if you don't have it. Um, Even if you eat nuts, for instance, and you have allergies, this is something that I used to do. I would eat nuts anyways because I'm vegan, so I needed protein. And the nuts that I'm allergic to, I would just tell myself, oh, well, I'll just put up with the allergies. I'll just itch, cough, and have the flu-like symptoms, and I'll just put up with it, and I'll just keep eating the nuts. But that's not how it works, because those allergies cause inflammation. So you have to be very vigilant. Anything that causes a reaction in you will lead to inflammation in the long run, and inflammation will cause you major problems. For many people, it's many different problems, but it all goes to the same thing, which is inflammation. So, yes, it is a restrictive lifestyle, but once you've done it for a couple weeks, you feel like I can go on doing this. Like for myself in the beginning, and it's been about 3 weeks. I love tomatoes. Tomatoes are a nightshade, and that means they're inflammatory. I love certain nuts. Same thing. I love certain vegetables. Same thing. I don't like garlic or onions. Never have. But they're actually anti-inflammatory. So they're good for you, and they're not nightshade foods. So there's a lot to this. There's a lot of health benefits in going with it, and a lot of detriment in not going with it. I'm not a physician, but speaking to people who have experience in certain areas can be highly beneficial. Just saying. So I'm going to indulge in my almost $20 pudding. So if this place has zero customer service, then why do I keep going there? Because I love what they have. It's so good. This goes beyond, just some juiceries. I like Pressed. I like Pressed Juicery because their ice cream is so good, and it's coconut based, but you wouldn't know it because it doesn't taste like coconut. It tastes like decadent dairy ice cream. I mean, it's so good, whether you get the soft serve or the hard serve. And I love hard serve ice cream. So you can have that dairy ice cream experience, right? Like the girlfriend experience. I'm being funny. If you know, you know. Anyways, so let's talk. Speaking of nightshade foods, inflammation, an anti-inflammatory diet, what led me to this? Childhood and lifehood trauma. When you grow up with trauma, when you grow up with a sociopathic family dynamic, and you are the scapegoat of said family, you grow up not only with emotional, psychological, mental trauma, you grow up with physical trauma. It affects your body. It blocks energy channels, and energy is very real, you know. And the trauma, the stress itself causes lifelong inflammation. So the foods you eat just exacerbate that. And that's the point that I reached. And this is really good. And it got to a point where it was causing me issues. Severe allergies, daily migraines, not just headaches, but major migraines, pain, irritability, so many problems. I mean, the beginning of arterial issues, like blocked arteries, the beginning. And a trainer had pointed some things out to me about myself that if she hadn't, I probably would not have gone this route, this major route. And she pointed it out to me last year, and I'm glad she did. Everybody you meet for a reason, whether it's a good reason or a bad reason, whether they're in your life short term or long term. Just saying. So, God, I love this stuff. In addition to looking into and pinpointing physical health issues at a very, very deep level, and that's what it takes. MDs are not going to help you. Medical doctors are not there to hold your hand, to give you a holistic solution, or to even get to the root cause of your physical issues. They're there to diagnose, treat with medication, and that's it. Naturopaths are also not there to hold your hand or to care for you any more than the tiny minuscule amount that a medical doctor cares for you or about you. But they're trained to go on a deeper level, to get to the root cause of your physical problems, to treat those root causes holistically, which is really the treatment that it takes, and keep it from getting to a point where you have to be diagnosed with something major that is going to take medication, chemical intervention, and other modalities of care that maybe at some point only holistics cannot take care of. Now, there are a lot of people who face major health issues and they've taken the holistic route and they have succeeded. But somewhere in there was some allopathic intervention as well. So if you don't know what allopathy is, look it up. Now, this situation is not everybody's situation. There are people who have probably, despite having done drugs, smoking, drinking, addictions, plus traumas in their lives, and don't have inflammation and don't have those health issues. Those are rare people, but there are people like that in this world. I'm not one of them. I've never done drugs. I've never had a chemical addiction, although I have certain physical compulsion. I've mentioned it briefly before. I might go into it in the future in detail. I've always taken good care of myself. I've always been on a path of self-preservation with all of my traumas, with all of the damages done to me and that I've done to myself. And I do have a lot of inflammation, blocked energy channels, which I'm also going to be exploring and treating. Vibrational and energy healing is very real, and I'm also exploring that path to find the best route to that. But these days you have so many choices for so many things, so you have to be careful. And you have to choose the one that's right for you. I know what's right for me, and it took a lot of research. It took some deep digging. It took, as they say, self-reflection. There have been a lot of things that have been done to me in my life, and in turn, because of that, there are a lot of things that I've done to myself. When you are mistreated, cussed at, abused as extensively as I've been, and numbers of other people have been as a child, you grow up with very poor boundaries, as I did. And now I have the strongest boundaries. I'm the opposite of that. But when I did have the poorest boundaries, I actually attracted to myself and allowed into my life the same people as my family, the same types: abusive, narcissistic, sociopathic, controlling people. And in turn, I grew up deprived of material, emotional, um, psychological things that I needed. So I grew up always feeling deprived. I grew up stealing, committing crimes. Here I go playing with my hair. It's a security thing. Being arrested, being put in jails, prisons, and I'm not proud of it. But I've never hidden these facts about myself. Somebody would look at me, they would take me at face value and think that I've never been through these things. They would never even guess. But I have, extensively. And I've been in a lot of places, and I've been through so many things that have made me stronger. On another note, but on the same note, there are a lot of people who don't like me for one simple reason: because I've stood up to them, and I've faced them, and I've faced them down. Because when I started to realize how poor my boundaries are, I realized how strong I need boundaries to be in my life, set by myself and maintained by myself. Ironically, it was somebody in state prison, another inmate, who pointed out to me my poor boundaries, and she gave me a book. I'm sure this is a book that so many people have heard of, and it's an excellent, excellent book. She gave me hers, and she said, read this because it would be good for you. At that time, this was a few years ago, I didn't know how important that was and how major it was, but it is. But it is. And I have now come to realize, and I have now come to build boundaries. And when you start building boundaries after not having had them before, you also build walls, but these are good walls. You know, don't let people gaslight you and tell you, you know what, you've just built so many walls around yourself and you just don't want to let anybody in. On some level, that can be true, but on a larger level, there's nothing bad about that, because you can build all the walls you want to. If there are good people who want to be in your life, they won't let those walls stop them. Neither will bad people, but you can spot them once you've built those walls. Don't let anyone gaslight you. I have gluten-free buffalo cauliflower for dinner. And I'm actually really excited. Where did my thingy go? Okay, here it is. So, childhood trauma stays with you and you become an adult of trauma. And it causes you extensive damage. It causes you physical harm that manifests later in life. Emotions, psychological damage, mental damage causes physical damage. And I want to say this, don't let anybody get in the way of you putting you first and taking care of you. And if they don't like it, fuck them. Fuck them, because once your eyes open, everything becomes so much easier. I've become the person I've always wanted to be, and I'm proud of myself. And don't let haters make you feel any differently. And remember, there's always a better day. Okay, you guys, thank you so much. Treat yourselves well, and I will see you soon. Bye.